Dogpatch.
Ow.
John, I'm going to make a declarative statement.
Lay it on me.
The hobby is over.
The hobby is over?
Oh.
Is the era of the Goofies truly over?
Goodbye.
Hopefully, but I'm going to say definitively, the hobby is over. With a caveat. LPs are over. 45s, not as affected.
Can you expand upon that?
A great deal of what drove us to collect records was an element of fun, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
So with the rise of the internet and inflation and normcore just ruining everything, LPs are done.
Okay, I follow.
It fucking sucks. All of the fun has been completely extracted from it and replaced by economy. It's disheartening, and I sound like I'm shaking my fist at the clouds, but it's a true reality.
So you're saying basically like we might go into a stall at a flea market or a record shop, and the records are priced so high, so prohibitive to buy one that it's almost like there are no records for sale there.
And it's never anything good. It's just like catalog rock and shit, like some Finger Bang Boston LP, and it's $40.
The clearance we used to have, that sort of descending Indiana Jones stone door that we used to be able to slide under and find some neat little gems, has closed for good.
By and large, yeah. You know, it's a really unfortunate casualty of the era that when one goes into a record store who's been collecting records for a long time, they're mainly looking for pricing mistakes.
So it basically becomes an Easter egg hunt for clerical errors.
There's no joy in seeking clerical error, essentially. So it's a little disheartening. I still love records, LP. I love all music, so I'm going to look at LPs. But when I'm in a collector's zone like the Austin Record Fair, where you're there just to do that shit, I found it was good for both my mental health and the crates that I was just looking at singles.
I could see that.
Recalculating.
At the Austin Record Fair, speaking of economy, there was 2 different slabbing companies represented there offering their services.
Slabbing records?
Slabbing all music media, cassettes, CDs, etc. So it's arrived. We may have predicted this on an earlier show.
We might need to go back and look at the dates of incorporation for that business to see if we predicted that or not.
I sent a letter to myself.
Oh yeah, poor man's copyright. So please tell me they had like a huge tub of resin on site.
No, they weren't pouring the slab. Oh, I don't think they poured the slab, but it wasn't like that. But I was a little bit happy to learn that what's getting slabbed is like a Lana Del Rey record that was made 20 minutes ago. Because you can get it perfect.
You can get it pre-slabbed?
Eventually that might happen.
So the era of the Goofies is not truly over, I gather.
Let's talk about some music.
Since I've found harbor in collecting 45s, where I'm not being affected by the slabbed Aerosmith toys in the attic.
What's up, bro?
At ARC, I had a lot of fun, and I've almost exclusively been buying 50s and 60s country singles. As you know.
You're not new to this. You're true to this.
Today's show, we're going to listen to country 45s, our second country show.
Bravo.
And on the first show, we gave a little bit of historical context. This one, I'm just going to play songs, just joints. I'm not going to try to just explain country music to anyone. No one wants to hear us talk about country music anymore.
I'll take your word for it.
We're going to listen to country music that is pure, for starters. I mean, that's one of the tenets of the stuff I look for.
Like distilled country music?
Or just unaffected, just pure.
So it sounds like we may have some earworms on deck.
Yeah, and songs that, you can live with and like to have as part of your life. So we'll start with a great example of that. A Texas guy, Bill Mack. This is on Star Day, so not crazy obscure, but it's called Loneliest Fool in Town, and it's kind of perfect country.
Since my sweet love ain't around, I'm the loneliest fool in town. Each night is so cold and so long. When you're left in the world all alone, since my sweet love since my sweet love ain't around. This world has turned me down. I'm the loneliest fool in town. Each day seems like a million years. My pride can't hold back the tears. Since my sweet love ain't around, I'm the loneliest fool in town.
Ooh, it's so good.
Absolutely lived in.
Oh, yeah.
The most comfortable jeans,
The best slippers.
that it's that natural.
I think it takes a lot of skill to make something sound so effortless. And I think the musicianship in this is really remarkable for what they don't play.
Everything's in the right place. It's an alchemy. And what results is a song like that that's really powerful.
Well, that's a good find.
Next, we're going to listen to is by a fellow named Wayne Rainey, who's a fascinating character in the history of American music. He was a radio DJ, bounced around the Mid-South and the Midwest, eventually set up shop in Concord, Arkansas, where he opened Rimrock, which was a label and custom manufacturer and recording studio, and he put out a host of custom records in every single genre, predominantly country, but there's killer garage, soul, psych, gospel, you name it. Great figure. He was also a virtuoso harmonica player, and his singing voice is very, very natural and warm and easy to listen to. This is called Lonesome Wind Blues, a record he made for King in the early 60s, and a song that you yourself live in. Like, there's a space that he gives you, and the lyrics are really poignant. It's about loss and heartbreak. This is another one that will be a constant companion.
I hear the wind a-blowing through the lonesome pine, and I know my love has gone too. I hear the wind a-blowing through the lonesome pine. That's why I'm blue, love so blue. She's gone so far away, that's why I'm grieving. She left me here alone among the trees, and all that I have left is just a memory, and it always haunts me with the breeze. I hear the wind a-blowing through the lonesome pine, and I know my love has gone too. I hear the wind a-blowing through the lonesome pine. That's why I'm blue, love so blue. I'll leave today to try to find my darling. I don't know where on earth she can be. I know that I can never live without her. Each night in dreams her face is all I see. I hear the wind a-blowing through the lonesome pine, and I know my love has gone too. I hear the wind a-blowing through the lonesome pine. That's why I'm blue, love so blue.
I wonder how many of our listeners, like myself, got really excited when that "I'm So Blue" kind of scoops up from underneath the rest of the vocal arrangement.
It's so warm and inviting too. It's just, that's such a beautiful, beautiful song. It's got his foot in kind of a modern tradition, but also like a really old family singing tradition as well,
Yeah.
kind of feel.
I'm not tripping, but like I truly do understand, and maybe it's because you've listened to it so much, but I do feel like I'm in a rocking chair in the room where that song is happening.
First time I encountered that song was on a Wayne Rainey LP, and it has drums overdubbed on it. Quickly, I realized that it also came out earlier, and I wanted it on 45, and it's not the same. There's no drums. So there's a more pure version, and then the Spring Hill Jack drum and bass remix.
Kind of quads out, triplets on the hi-hats.
The amen chop is serious business. So this next thing we're going to listen to, I did buy at the Austin Record Fair. It's by a guy named Jack Chambers on a label called Whispering Pines from Indianapolis, Indiana. The song is called Sometime. And I have listened to this record quite literally 200 times since I've been back from Texas. There's something about it that just pasted itself to the inside of my soul and brain. Every time I listen to it, I'm moved. And it's one of the small rewards you get by kind of going down a lane really hard. So I'm going down this country stuff, looking exactly for this thrill and like this high.
One of these maker's marks that's sort of shaping your ideal record.
There's not that many words in the song because he stretches them out, but where he chooses to emote is really something. It's very lived in like the previous things. And his voice does kind of sound like Tim Buckley. Remarkable stuff. Sometime by Jack Chambers.
Sometime when you're lonely, sometime when you're blue, sometime when you feel downhearted, think of me as I think of you. My love for you has no ending. My love for you was always true. Now my dreams have been shattered since you say we're through. Once I believed the things you told me, and what did I get? Nothing but heartache, misery, and regret. Sometime when you're lonely, sometime when you're blue, sometime when you feel downhearted, think of me as I think of you. Think of me as I think of you.
I'd never heard this phrase before. I was talking to a guy from Minneapolis named Jeff Harrington about why he loved the Mills Brothers so much, and he talked about the way they leaned their phrasing.
Yes.
And I feel like that is what kind of comes into play here. I hear a lot of leaning.
It's very discreet and subtle things that will make an average record something above average or maybe even special.
I mean, as somebody that I know does not go record shopping with a portable record player, what is it that you see in the bin that makes you say, like, this is a record I'm taking home with me?
They look like country records, you know. It's called like Wandering String Band, or, you know, the guy's name sounds like a name you haven't heard in your entire life, like Otis Yawn. And I've looked at a lot of records in my lifetime, so I have quick sorting capabilities in the mainframe. I can look at something and be like, okay, I think it's this. It was still affordable down there, so I could throw $3 to $5 on something. I'm like, yeah, that's country. I'm probably going to get it home and it's going to stink, but like, I enjoyed sitting down and listening to them all.
That's kind of a win.
Yeah, I'm not mad at it. In the late 80s, early 90s, there really wasn't a good price guide for rockabilly and fringe country and boppers and shit. Eventually one came out and it was called BJ's Record Guide. I remember using it at the Music Exchange in Kansas City. It was kind of the only source for data on this stuff. Well, this dealer was selling BJ's collection.
Wow.
So it was kind of like perfect storm for me. And like the dude was obsessed with right pressed items. Like, it was sick. And it was all super clean. No one was looking at it because dudes only want fucking grails.
Naturally.
So Jack Chambers on Whispering Pines is nothing, you know?
So this week on Tim's Table, what are we going to be listening to?
Well, I also did buy this next one at Tim's Table. Moving along. This is That Old Girl of Mine by Preston Ward on Echo from Amelia, Ohio. And I have pretty good knowledge of Ohio geography, and I actually had to look that one up. I was not familiar with Amelia. In any case, another one, very simple in its appearance, but the sublimation going on, just how sublime it is. And it's about loss.
Sublime loss.
Sublime loss, man.
I saw that old girl of mine that I wanted to have my name. It brought back many golden memories. That's been so long ago, but I still want her so. Today I saw that old girl of mine. They say that time heals pain, but I know that's all in vain. For I want her now, just as I did before. Memories came flowing back from many years ago. Today I saw that old girl of mine. We both are married now. We've made our sacred vow, but that can't heal this misery deep inside. I know it's all in vain that she should have my name. Today I saw that old girl of mine.
I had a wild, fiery heart for many ages. No good came from every time I let it win. Lost a good wife, pretty home, and darling baby. Pity me the way I feel the shape I'm in. A wild, fiery heart will bring troubles to your mind. Though passion often makes you think you're smart. Don't go down temptation's road. Take the word of one who knows. Danger's beating in a wild, fiery heart. I took my wild, fiery heart to greener pasture. When I'd reached some crazy point to live a lie, found no good on my road to greener pasture. Found no better when I'd reached the other side. A wild, fiery heart will bring troubles to your mind, though passion often makes you think you're smart. Don't go down temptation's road. Take the word of one who knows. Danger's beating in a wild, fiery heart.
I was getting slightly more Opry vibes off that.
It's in the framework of country music for certain, but the poetry of that,
I feel like they'd be like, oh, these guys have it together. And then the lyrics would come in and they'd be like, oh.
yeah, well, there's no strings or cooing or anything. That was Jim Russell, Wild Fiery Heart on Neighbor, another record from Indianapolis, Indiana. So we listened to 2 Indiana records, which is rare for a Dogpatch given our opinions of Indiana.
Pants.
But that's really, really special stuff. Like, I love when the songwriting is driven by discontent. And he's just like, okay, like, I fucked up, but it's because my heart is so crazy. Danger's beating in a wildfire heart is some pretty great literature there.
Central Indiana poetry, which brings me to a question I had. Are there any states that are like red flags for you for country? Like, are there any states that are just no-fly zones for country?
I mean, California country, by and large, for me, I'm not crazy about them. I like the Maddox Brothers and Sisters Rose, and obviously Merle Haggard is from there. There's plenty of talent from there, but I don't really find myself really falling in love with certain things from California. Of course, there are exceptions, but by and large, it tends to be on this side of the Mississippi and down south, because there's great shit from rural Illinois, Wisconsin. We've discussed this on the previous show. Like,
You said Ohio.
well, Ohio's got a long history because all the people from Appalachia and Kentucky went up into Dayton and Southwest Ohio to work in the factories, whether it be rubber or whatever they were manufacturing. So they brought with them this huge tradition. I mean, in the mid-'60s, the mid-'70s, most of the real deal bluegrass and country gospel and that stuff was coming out of Southwest Ohio.
How about the prairies? How about like the Wyoming, Montana?
Like any genre, it's really sparse out there. There's just not that many records of in any genre from those parts. But they have a different quality, you know. The sky's even bigger type shit. Like it's also a little bit more cowboy out that way.
I could see that.
Because I think there's a little bit of a distinction to be made between kind of like cowboy-esque type country music and then just rooted in the child ballads. Jimmy Rogers came along, Hank Williams came along, and that's their lineage.
Yeah.
Speaking of a little bit of lineage, I like bluegrass. I don't find myself focusing on it. I like slow bluegrass, I should say. The virtuosic stuff is great, but I don't find myself listening to it that much. So this next thing demonstrates a bluegrass band, Davis Brothers, playing a country song. You'll hear the patina of bluegrass, but it's essentially a pretty savage country song. And it's from Arkansas. It's a right pressing. It's called How Can I Tell Her? And the content of the lyrics is really, really heartbreaking.
Awesome.
How can I tell the one who loves me that I love someone new? How can I ever hurt her
but that's all in the past. How can I ever tell her that my love didn't last? I hope that she'll be happy and that she'll let me be. I hope she'll find a new love and she'll forget about me. Once I really loved her, but that's all in the past. How can I ever tell her that my love didn't last? A long time ago I was happy with friends, a home and a wife. Then I started stealing and gambling, and now I've destroyed my life. I thought I could do as I wanted, commit crimes and break every rule. I said I'm a big shot with money, but I found I was just a big fool. Broken by fate, shadowed by failure, scarred by the battle of time, hardened by hurt, cheated by love. Bitter is this heart of mine. Bitter is this heart of mine. They're setting me free in the morning. My life never will be the same. 10 years is a long time in prison, and I don't have a friend to my name. I know it's too late to start over and undo the wrongs I have done. Though I've stopped my wrong way of living, no one will believe an ex-con. Broken by fate, shadowed by failure, scarred by the battle of time, hardened by hurt, cheated by love. Bitter is this heart of mine. Bitter is this heart of mine. Page by page our life is written in the master's book above. Wonder if he makes an entry for each darling mother's love, like the one I saw this morning enter through the station door. She was crying, softly crying, teardrops falling in the snow. As she stepped up to the window, passing me a letter through, she was waiting for a casket one draped in red, white, and blue. Then she said, I'll wait outside, sir. Soon I know your train will blow. I could see her through the window, teardrops falling in the snow. As the whistle of the engine broke the silence of the air, as the train was slowly stopping, on her lips I saw a prayer. On the box there was a number and a name inscribed below. As she looked upon the casket, teardrops falling in the snow. There's a new made grave awaiting, and its steps are dark and cold, waiting just to claim her darling. War for her has taken toll, but I know they'll meet again there, where God's children always go. And I always will remember teardrops falling in the snow.
Teardrops Falling in the Snow by Sid Campbell on K&B from Columbus, Ohio. I love the Fallen Soldier ballads.
Thank you for confirming that. You get a decent amount of snow in Columbus, Ohio.
It snows in Central Ohio.
That wasn't news to me.
But Bittersweet, that kind of bluegrass ballad in that bag, really into that. It was produced by Jack Casey, who ran Rome Recording and was kind of a beacon of traditional and country music in Central Ohio. Rome and Star were his labels. Every state, city for that matter, has its own little beacon of this. You have like Forest Green, who we discussed on the other episode of Country Music, working in Clio, Michigan. Rusty York and Jimmy Skinner in Cincinnati. You have always these kind of pivotal figures who are there to record it, press it, make it happen.
There's a ton more bluegrass in North Carolina than there is country.
Yeah.
So that sound is very familiar to me. That high, lonesome sound, if you will. But yeah, that sounded like home to me.
So we'll stay in a kind of a bluegrass bag for this next one, a song called Lost by Buzz Busby.
Black Buzz Busby?
Black Buzz Busby.
Nothing wrong.
It comes out on a label called Jiffy, and then it got upcycled to Star Day in the early 60s, late 50s, early 60s. But it's really interesting where it starts off kind of galloping bluegrass, and then it has these breaks that are like truly ethereal and cosmic. Incredible stuff. Buzz Busby's a pretty interesting figure in general. Rounder did an LP in the 70s of contemporary recordings by Buzz Busby, and it was called Honky Tonk Bluegrass, and it's really, really good. But this is called Lost on Star Day, semi-cosmic bluegrass.
Since you turned me down, all I do is ramble round, and I don't care what happens to me. My heart was young and gay till the day you went away. Now life here means nothing to me. Lost, 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 lost in this world without you. Lost, 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 lost in this world was blind, I guess I couldn't see. Lost, lost in this world without you. Lost, lost in this world without you.
We don't even have to add echo to the end of that one.
So much reverb. Yeah, it's a great effect.
I can only speculate, but that sounded like a one mic type recording.
2 tops.
But that just means that they were like plummet all through the plate reverb unit.
That's probably a case where it was recorded at a local radio station. It's from the 50s.
It's so funny you say that because I know you know about Stark Records from Mount Airy.
Yes.
Bobby Atkins, all that stuff.
He was the beacon in that area, just the same as Rusty York and the cats we've been talking about here.
The first time I found like a really hot bluegrass instrumental with Bobby Atkins, I was like, God, I just want to know so much more about this record. And my dad was like, you should call the radio station, WPAQ in Mount Airy. And I was just like, shut up, Dad. You don't know anything.
I'm digging.
Maximum grip.
When I finally got in touch with Bobby Atkins, I was like, where'd you record this stuff? He's like, WPAQ.
Come on, Craig.
So we'll do a couple up-tempo numbers. We've been pretty sleepy here. This next one is mega earworm for me. It's called This Old Lonely Heart by a guy named Ted Scott, who's from Wichita. We asked about the plains.
Yeah.
It's on a label called Vantage, which was based in New Mexico, but all of the acts were from Wichita. There's some kind of Wichita connection. Smart Brothers actually have a record on Vantage as well. But this thing, pretty rocking. This guy's got a great voice. It's very real. You can see and smell him playing it the Saturday night that he's done for 5 years. It's some honky tonk. Great stuff. And we'll back that up with another little rockin' number that we'll talk about when we come out of it.
Oh, this old lonely heart keeps driving me wild every time that you're not with me. Oh, you've had your fun, now I'm the lonely one. Oh, lonely because I love just you. This old lonely heart of mine will break deep within. It knows it loves you, it cannot win. This old lonely heart keeps waiting for you, for it's so blue since you've gone. This old lonely heart of mine will break deep within. It knows it loves you, it cannot win. This old lonely heart will break deep inside, 'cause you're not here with me.
Pour another drink, bartender, while I fill the jukebox full of dimes. I'll play all the sad songs for her memory, then I'll drown her memory in red wine. I'm gonna live it up tonight and forget about my sorrow. I'm gonna laugh and pretend, for I'll cry tomorrow. time would be the last. But I know this time will be forever. Now I'm living in the shadows of the past. I'm gonna live it up tonight and forget about my sorrow. I'm gonna laugh and pretend, for I'll cry tomorrow. So here's another drink to her memory, for her memory's always here with me. For her memory's always here with me.
I wonder how many people whose ears have been bent to country because of this little program we do.
Let's hope. I mean, we're not trying to be missionaries, but this is a vast world that's really
We're
fascinating.
by no means evangelical, but I feel like I could hear somebody being like, I don't like country, but I like Dogpatch country.
So that particular thing is called Tomorrow I Cry by, you ready for the ultimate honky-tonk country guy's name?
Hit me.
Vern Beers. So that's also doubly interesting. I was mentioning earlier that there's really good country stuff from rural Illinois. That's from Tinley Park.
No.
There was a honky-tonk called the Pinto Lounge in Tinley Park
come
through the
on.
50s and 60s. At that point, Tinley Park was the fucking frontier. There wasn't shit out there. Like that
Real
was,
little Abner hours.
that was clearly recorded in the lounge. So
Wow.
which is really cool. It's a snapshot of a fucking scene that definitely doesn't exist anymore. And it left us with a great song like that.
Yeah, but it's like solid Chicago.
Well, no, it's Tinley Park. That was like,
Wow.
you might as well have been 100 miles away in
Yeah.
1961, 62, 63.
Yeah, if you got to take a wagon there.
They did have steam.
Okay, well, there's a steam Uber.
Truly burnt.
So Tinley Park at that point was kind of far away from Chicago. Even farther away from Chicago was Nashville. As we know, the Hulk of Nashville it's there. It's the stagecoach in the room, if you will. So the last two songs we'll play on the show have all the trappings of Nashville. The cooing, the strings, the background vocals. The first thing we'll listen to has vibraphone.
Ooh. Does it also have vibes?
It certainly has vibes, and that's one of the things that attracted me to it. Plus, it's a woman. We haven't heard any ladies yet today.
Shout out to the ladies.
It's Kathy Collins on Whirlwind. This is another Arkansas record. There's nothing remarkable about it except the fact that her voice is incredible. The song is pretty good, but it's just got that intangible we've kind of been talking about that's hard to put your finger on that just makes it stick around your brain. So it's called Token of Love. This record can be had for like 50 cents.
Put it in my brain.
I've searched high and low for a sweet loving man like you. I have been the whole world over
So that was pop country, but really good.
I feel like it was country by regional default. I feel like that song in the hands of someone in Detroit could have made it like a doo-wop song.
Good observation.
Just the shape of it, I was just like, this woman is a great vocalist, and she just has this twang by the grace of God. And
well, there's nothing progressive about it. It's of the time, the sound of country music coming on the radio, being pumped out of Nashville, and it's the small town take on it. And the execution was really good. The vibes got some vibes.
I don't really feel like there were any risks taken.
Again, it was a safe bet, but they got it off. Mm-hmm. So the last thing we'll listen to is primarily a songwriter by the name of Jan Crutchfield. His brother is Jerry Crutchfield, whose name is on countless Nashville Machine records from the 70s and 80s. But his brother, Jan, could really write a song, and he released a few records under his own name, probably just as like songwriting demos to try to show up the song. But they all have a certain depth to them that like I keep returning to them like, wow, it's really crazy. So this last song is called I Always Look This Way, and it's a song of utter regret. The perspective is from that of kind of a loser, and you feel sorry for him, but you don't. The narrative quality of it is really, really remarkable.
Is this a tearjerker? Am I going to get a little misty?
Yeah, it's tough.
Yeah.
It's a breakup song, but it's being viewed through a completely different window.
I was already in my feelings after those tacos, and now this just might send me over the edge.
Country music will do that, and that's why we played almost an hour of it today on Dogpatch. So hopefully we've illuminated some minds to the depth, breadth, and beauty of this music, particularly on this slow, humid Dogpatch country episode.
A slow march down Music Row.
Once again, this has been Dogpatch.
I'm John Kirby.
I'm Dante Garfagna. This ain't Hee Haw.
This is your big day, soon you'll become his bride. I'll congratulate you both, then step aside. I don't have to go, but I know I shouldn't stay. No, there's nothing wrong, I always look this way. These are not real tears, I'm crying over you. But at weddings, that's the proper thing to do. I've been hurt so long, that's why I can truly say, no, there's nothing wrong, I always look this way. So I'll say goodbye now. Best of luck to you. If some old friend should ask, I wish that you'd say, no, there's nothing wrong, he always looks that way. No, there's nothing wrong, I always look that way.